If the camera wasn't recording, we wouldn't believe what the dog did with the baby. The parents argued for weeks. The father swore the golden retriever was a danger. The mother begged for one last chance. A camera was set up, 10 minutes on the clock, and what they saw left them speechless. The baby was laughing. The dog was watching. And when the vacuum rolled toward her, the truth was finally revealed. Before watching, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss another heart-gripping story like this one. The morning began with shouting again. "I'm done arguing, Marissa!" Jordan slammed his hand flat on the kitchen table, making the spoon jump and clatter. "That dog is leaving this house. I already called the shelter. They'll send someone to pick him up today. I don't care how you spin it. He's not safe." Marissa's arms tightened around her daughter, who sat in her lap wearing her pink sweatshirt with little flowers stamped across the sleeves. The baby blinked, startled by the raised voices. Marissa's own chest heaved as she tried to keep her voice even. "You're not sending him anywhere." "He hasn't done anything wrong, Jordan. Not one thing." "Nothing wrong?" Jordan barked back, his face red. He jabbed a finger toward the golden retriever stretched out on the carpet in the living room. "Look at him. Sitting there like a hawk, breathing down her neck every time she crawls. One snap, one mistake, and she's dead. You want to wait for that moment?" "I won't." Marissa shook her head, her jaw tightening. "You don't understand." "He's not waiting to hurt her. He's watching over her. He knows she's small. He knows she needs him." Jordan scoffed, his laugh bitter. "He's a dog, Marissa. A dog. He doesn't know anything. You're blinded. And if you think I'm letting you risk our daughter's life for your feelings about some mutt, you've lost it." The dog lifted his head at the sound of Jordan's raised voice, his eyes unblinking. He didn't move toward them, he didn't even flinch, but his gaze stayed fixed on the baby. Marissa felt her throat tighten. Her instincts screamed at her, and even though she couldn't put it into words, she knew Jordan was wrong. "If you're so sure, then test it," she fired back suddenly, her voice sharp. Jordan blinked. "What?" "Test it," she repeated, standing and holding her baby against her chest. "Put them together." 10 minutes. Just the dog and her in the living room. We'll set the camera. If he's as dangerous as you say, you'll see it. And if you're wrong, then you admit it. No more talk about the shelter. Jordan's lips curled into a sneer. "Fine. 10 minutes. And when that animal proves me right, you'll regret ever defending him." Marissa swallowed hard. Fear clawed at her stomach, but she forced herself to stay strong. "You'll regret it first," she shot back. Minutes later, the baby sat on the carpet in the middle of the living room, the blinking red light of the small camera watching from the shelf. The retriever was lying a few feet away, golden fur spilling across the floor, chest rising and falling like steady waves. His eyes, sharp and constant, never left the child. Jordan stood at the door, arms folded tight across his chest. "This is insane," he muttered. "You're playing roulette with her life." "Shut up," Marissa snapped, her voice breaking. "If you're so confident, then let's see." "Stop talking." He let out a low growl of frustration, then slammed the door behind them both. They stepped into the kitchen, the phone propped between them on the counter, streaming the live footage from the camera. On the screen, their daughter babbled happily, her tiny hands smacking at the carpet as she rocked forward. The retriever sat up slowly, ears pricked. Jordan's lips twisted. "There. Look at him." Staring again. "He's waiting." Marissa leaned closer to the phone, her palms sweating. "He's watching, not waiting. There's a difference. The baby giggled, reaching toward him. The retriever inched closer, his paws heavy on the carpet. His nose hovered inches from her sleeve. Marissa's breath hitched. Jordan muttered under his breath, "It's starting." "I told you." But then the retriever did something unexpected. He shifted sideways, positioning his body between the baby and the corner of the coffee table, his chest pressed against the floor, his frame forming a barrier. "What's he doing now?" Jordan demanded, his brows furrowed. Marissa's hand pressed against her mouth. "He's shielding her." Jordan shook his head violently. "That's ridiculous. Dogs don't shield anything. He's—" And then, on the footage, it happened. The retriever's ears flicked back. His eyes darted toward the left corner of the room. He stiffened, his muscles tight, body rising slightly off the carpet. His gaze locked on something moving across the floor. The baby squealed again, unaware, smacking her hands together. But the retriever's head tracked steadily toward the source of the sound. From the corner of the frame, the robot vacuum cleaner rolled slowly into view, its round plastic body humming as it made its way across the rug. Jordan leaned closer, frowning. "It's just the cleaner." "What about it?" Marissa's stomach dropped. She remembered how many times the retriever had yelped and backed away when the vacuum had tugged at his fur before. Twice. She'd caught him stuck against it, growling, pawing to get free while the spinning brush twisted his hair. He hated the machine. He knew it was a threat. And now, on the camera feed, the vacuum was heading straight toward the baby. The retriever's body stiffened completely, his chest expanding with a low growl. His eyes narrowed, ears flat. He rose onto his feet, moving toward her, his body lowering protectively. Jordan's mouth opened, but nothing came out. Marissa gripped the edge of the counter, her knuckles white, her heart racing. The red light of the camera blinked on, and just as the robot vacuum drew closer, the retriever stepped directly in front of the baby, shielding her. The hum of the vacuum grew louder on the camera feed, its spinning brushes whirring as it rolled straight toward the baby. She clapped her tiny hands, thinking it was just another toy, squealing as the plastic body crept closer across the carpet. But the golden retriever didn't move like it was a toy. His fur bristled, his ears pinned flat against his head, and with a deliberate step he planted himself directly between the baby and the advancing machine. His body lowered, muscles taut, chest blocking her completely from the rolling threat. "Look at him," Marissa whispered, her voice trembling. He's protecting her." Jordan's jaw tightened as he leaned closer to the screen. "It's just a vacuum, Marissa. He's not—" Before he could finish, the retriever lunged forward with a sharp bark that echoed through the monitor speaker, so sudden it made both parents flinch.